All right, welcome back. So Leo Santa Cruz out here giving orders, man, to Gervonta Davis, and says the fight between he and Gervonta Davis will not happen at 135. It has to happen at 130. And let's talk about that silliness in this video. All right, welcome back. First of all, man, let me give you a little background on this. Leo Santa Cruz tells Gervonta Davis that he's not moving up to 135 pounds. If the fight happens, the fight has to happen at 130. Okay, that's what he says. Now, just a little background. Leo Santa Cruz is the 126 pound, is at present, from what I understand, both a 126 pound champion for the WBA and a 130 pound champion for, maybe it is the W, maybe he's got the WBA in both of those, but those are the titles that he holds, right? Gervonta Davis was a champion at 130 pounds, the IBF champion originally, the WBA champion after that, and now he moved up to 135 pounds in his last fight against Yuriorkis Gamboa, where he won a WBA regular title, not the real WBA title at 135 pounds. So, do not be confused. Gervonta Davis is not really the champion of the lightweight champion, the WBA lightweight champion. That guy is Vasily Lomachenko, who owns the WBA Super Championship. The belts can be real confusing in boxing, but that's pretty much it. If you need if you got any clarifying questions you need to ask, put them down there in the comment section, and I will try my best to get to them and answer them. But so that's a little bit of the background on it. Gervonta Davis, though, and Leo Santa Cruz are in a negotiation to fight one another, potentially on a pay-per-view fight to take place whenever it is boxing comes back. Most likely the fight is going to be like in LA. I suspected it would be in LA. Primarily, the reason I think the fight would be in LA is because Gervonta Davis has already sold out a fight in in Los Angeles. And Leo Santa Cruz is a Mexican fighter, and there's a lot of Mexican fight fans in that area. I think it might be Carson. Somebody can correct me. I think it might it's like Carson. Carson might be the place where they have the fight, and I think people that have went to fights there have told me that the crowd is just overwhelmingly Mexican in that area there. But everybody knew when Gervonta Davis fought there. Everybody knew about Gervonta Davis and wanted to see Gervonta Davis fight. So the idea is that if you couple that with Leo Santa Cruz, who is a well-known Mexican-American champion and has been so for several years, that could make a big fight and potentially, draw on a big gate and be worthy of a pay-per-view. I personally would pay for the pay-per-view. I personally would not be happy paying for that pay-per-view because one of the guys in that particular scenario ain't never done what he needed to do in order to be considered some guy that I would fork out extra money to see fight. And that guy is not Gervonta Davis. That is Leo Santa Cruz. But anyway, in this video, I'm gonna address a couple questions. First, can that fight happen at 130? Is Leo Santa Cruz right to be asking for that fight at 130? Second, should Gervonta Davis do the fight at 130? And third, what happens if Gervonta Davis says, no, I'm not having the fight at 130, if he tells Leo Santa Cruz that? Let's analyze and look at it, right? And to see whether or not his statement was reasonable. So, can the fight happen at 130, or let me rephrase the first one. Can Leo Santa Cruz make Gervonta Davis fight him at 130 pounds? Obviously, the answer is no. See, from a regular, and not just from the regular standpoint of if I don't want to fight you, I don't have to fight you, right? There are any fighter has a right to turn down any fight, right? So Leo Santa Cruz can turn down the Gervonta Davis fight if he wants to and walk away and say, nah, it's not 130 pounds. I don't want to have a fight, right? What is that going to do to Gervonta Davis? Does he have leverage to move Gervonta Davis? No. Gervonta Davis doesn't need Leo Santa Cruz. Gervonta Davis can find somebody else to fight at 135 pounds and tell Leo Santa Cruz go away. Because who else is Leo Santa Cruz going to fight? What are you going to do? What is Leo Santa Cruz going to do? What other fighter is going to give Leo Santa Cruz a pay-per-view fight and the ability for him to make enough money where he can, make more money in one fight than he might have made in 5 or 6 fights? I'm not sure how much Leo Santa Cruz is making, but I can't believe that he's getting $1 million a fight. I don't think Gervonta Davis was getting on paper. I'm not talking about, whatever the PBC does as far as cuts of merchandising and like not paying promotional fees or you being your own promoter and getting a part of television rights. I'm not talking about all that. I'm just talking about the purse because that's the most simple thing to do. And I've not seen Gervonta Davis with $1 million purse. So I don't believe Leo Santa Cruz is making $1 million a fight, but maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that I am on the purse. But that said, there's nobody that he can fight that from Gervonta Davis' point of view, that is going to get that guy that money and Gervonta Davis. So there's no need for Gervonta Davis to move down and have the fight at 135 pounds if Gervonta Davis is not comfortable with that. Because because what would happen is, and I'm going to talk about this a little later on, Gervonta Davis is being put in a situation, Leo Santa Cruz is trying to do to Gervonta Davis what Mikey Garcia did to Adrian Brawner. Right? I don't know if you remember this, but Adrian Brawner fought Mikey Garcia. I think that was at a catch weight of 142 pounds with some, with the requirement that Adrian Brawner not, pays like $500,000, some crazy amount of money if he's over. And as a result of that severe penalty that Adrian Brawner agreed to, Adrian Brawner came in underweight and looked bad in the fight, looked drained in the fight. Now, Mikey Garcia might have won the fight anyway because Mikey Garcia is a very good fighter, but Mikey Garcia knew what he was doing when he asked for that particular weight situation. And that's the same thing Robert Garcia, who's in the camp of Mikey Garcia, said about Leo Santa Cruz and Gervonta Davis. That, yeah, man, maybe you got to fight. Maybe you got a chance at 130, but not on 135 pounds. Maybe if Gervonta Davis isn't, all the way together in his preparation and working out in the gym like he's supposed to, right? Then Leo Santa Cruz can beat him because he's going to be weakened and he might not be himself, right? So essentially Robert Garcia was advising Abner Mares. Mikey Garcia said the same thing too, Leo Santa Cruz to try to weight drain Gervonta Davis. And my thing is, hey man, if you can get away with a good deal, but should Gervonta Davis do it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If I was Gervonta Davis, I would have that fight at 135 pounds and tell that dude to kick rocks if he don't want it, because where else is he going to go? Where else you going to go, man? You're going to fight some of the other fights the other guys you didn't want to fight, like Gary Russell Jr. You're going to lose to Gary Russell Jr. on regular Showtime? Is that how you're going to go out, Leo? Knock yourself out, dude. Who else are you going to fight? You're going to fight some more of these killers that you've been fighting lately? What? Maybe you need to get King Tug. Maybe the guy that Gary Russell Jr. just beat, King Tug, will get in there with you. Maybe you can go for a trilogy with Abner Mares, washed up Abner Mares, or washed up Carl Frampton. Who are you going to fight, dude? Who? Josh Warrington? Go fight Josh Warrington. Go to the UK and fight Josh Warrington. And get what for fighting Josh Warrington? There are no options. There are no options for Leo Santa Cruz that are going to match the Gervonta Davis thing. Leo Santa Cruz what Leo Santa Cruz need to do is go ahead and take that 135, go fight at 135 pounds, get washed, and then be able to use the excuse that the guy was too big for you, that wasn't your weight class, move your ass back down to 126 where you belong, and finally fight somebody down there, man. Finally fight a Shakur Stevenson, fight a Gervonta Davis, fight a Gary Russell Jr., fight a Josh Warrington. Beat those guys so people can get really interested in you, and maybe they'll give you a pay-per-view based off of who you fought. But that's not going to be the case if you continue to do, if Leo Santa Cruz continues to do this shady crap he's been doing dang near his whole career. He's fought guys that he knows he can beat, smaller guys, older guys coming off of losses, that type of nonsense. That's what Leo Santa Cruz does. A smaller Abner Mares, much smaller Abner Mares, a smaller Carl Frampton, who ain't that good anyway. So the last couple guys that he fought is like, who are these dudes? Go back and nah, man, I can't stand Leo Santa Cruz, man. And for Leo Santa Cruz to get bold, acting like he's gonna be directing somebody about what to do in that type of fight, man, get out of here, dude. You barely like Marco Maidana telling Floyd Mayweather Jr. that he needs to go to now I'm only having this fight at 140. We need a 144 catch weight. That's what we need. Man, get out of here, man. Floyd be like, man, next, get out of here, give me somebody else to fight. Kick rocks, dog. You ain't making no rules around here. Same thing for Leo Santa Cruz, dog. Shut up. You ain't making no rules around here. Anyway, it is what it is. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.